Welcome back everyone and welcome to my channel. Good to talk to you once again, and today I've been thinking to share my thoughts about GREMYASHCHY, but also 100,000 gold. I do honestly believe, guys, I did not receive it because I put 37,000 in, and of course silver. That was way too few credits, and I believe that this is also could be over here. I put 25. Probably I should have put 50 million credits. Yeah, probably I would get it, but I do have a lot of pretty good Soviet captains. But for someone who's new, or for someone who probably does not want to, takes ages to grind captain, 14 points captain, probably if you have a lot of Zerras, it's not a bit big. I have no idea what's the winner. It was 1,400 winners, and with 25 million credits, I did not get it. However, for the GREMYASHCHY, guys, it's an awesome ship. Yes. When she came out, I'm talking about the GREMYASHCHY. You only had like two nations, the US and Japanese one, 6 years ago. So of course back then the GREMYASHCHY and many other ships, you can invisible fire, so you stay in the open water, no cover whatsoever. Depends of your bloom penalty, which was crazy few. I mean, you could stay in your own smoke, and even someone charging you, he has to come closer than 2 kilometers to spot you, but you will shoot all the time. So I'm talking about all ship were, and especially the destroyer, were actually much stronger than now, because of this invisible fire and penalty in the smoke and so on. And yes, this was one of the fastest tier 5 destroyer in the whole game. It is a good, yes. Is it worth 10,000 doubloons? The answer is actually no, because if you put 10,000 you're never gonna get it. Probably not even if you put the damn 20,000 doubloons, you may or you may not get it. For 20,000 doubloons, it's definitely not worth it. And the answer is, and this is the reason I want to make this video, there are already two GREMYASHCHY copy, not at tier 5 but at tier 6, and in my honestly opinion, I do honestly believe that even though they are tier 6, so you may face if sometimes tier 7, tier 8, it's still as strong, if not stronger than GREMYASHCHY. Because guys, yes, you may have one of the most ridiculous powerful destroyer tier 5 when you clubbing tier 4s, yes, and even equally I do believe GREMYASHCHY is fine. But however, when you facing tier 6 and tier 7 destroyers, it's different story, guys. So guys, I also would like to talk about Giulio Cesare and the paste copy tier 6 Giulio Cesare, the Soviet one. Same story over there. One, it's not available, but at tier 6 everyone could get it for free, but that it's another issue. Now let's go back to port and let's talk about the tier 6 GREMYASHCHY. Which one do I think it is? There is a premium Soviet, I do believe, Anshan, yes, Anshan, I do believe you can purchase, and it's pretty much a GREMYASHCHY at tier 6, with same torpedoes, with the same smoke, with same firepower. However, this is not GREMYASHCHY, this is Fusion at tier 6, but honestly, I honestly believe that this is as strong as GREMYASHCHY, if in some regards even stronger. And there's two things I very much like to say. The firepower is the same slow turret traverse speed. It's the Soviet GREMYASHCHY at tier 6, for crying out loud. However, everyone can get it. But overall, experience with this ship, it's very strong. It's ridiculous strong. It's one of the strongest tier 6 non-premium destroyer at tier 6 in the whole game, and I will explain you why. In some regards it's even stronger than GREMYASHCHY. Probably the GREMYASHCHY has 8 torpedoes, so you only have 6, so yes, in that regard you lack in torpedo power, and that is true, and you have 8 kilometers Toorps, the GREMYASHCHY. This one also have 8 kilometers smoke, torpedoes, and the same concealment. By the way, this concealment same as Fubuki, so you and Fubuki will outspot each other instantly. What I'm trying to say is that it's kind of a bad news for the Fubuki, because after all, you have 130mm very hard-hitting, very good guns. Yes, the turret traverse speed are very, very slow, so keep that in mind. But at this tier, you have one of the fastest speed of all tier 6. Maybe there are some of them, but I cannot come up with one faster. What is the damn speed? Equipment. I'm talking about GREMYASHCHY, Fusion, they all have the same freaking speed, and there is 38 knots, and this is without speed boost or speed flag. You will reach 40 knots without speed boost, so of course you are very speed demon, and at the range 14.3 it's absolutely fantastic, and that is the power about this ship. But beside this awesome range 14.3, you have one of the best smoke in the game. You have even better smoke than GREMYASHCHY, and torpedoes, of course, they are 8 kilometers. I mean, 14,000, it's not something wow, you only have 6 of them, but what makes those torpedoes kind of deadly, you only damage cruiser and destroyer, but torpedo detection it's only 0.8, and they go 60 knots, which I'm not saying they are extremely strong, but they hit pretty damn alright, and the battleship, they have 0 to react. They are not crazy fast, but 60 knots, it's alright-ish. But this combo with great smoke, and probably that's the reason I want to say that this is a better GREMYASHCHY at tier 6, because how you farm and how you deal with other destroyer, it's fantastic. I mean, you don't have a lot of HP pool, but what I'm trying to say, and this is kind of important, is that you have a better equipment smoke guns combo this ship versus the GREMYASHCHYs, because the smoke is absolutely fantastic. One of the best thing about the whole entire line, it's actually the smoke. You have a crazy short cooldown. The next smoke, I do believe it's only roughly 20 seconds before you just leave. And you have fast, I'm talking about real darn fast destroyer, and torpedoes. I very much like to say your main focus is actually your guns. You only have 4 of them, but they are flat. It's Soviet railguns and pretty high to put your enemy on fire. So if you ask me, is GREMYASHCHY worth 20,000 doubloons or whatever the price would be to win that particular game? Only if you're a collector, because otherwise, guys, it's gone. Then you, as a tier 5 ship, only face tier 4s, and sometimes you're equal tier 5. Most likely you will, let's say in 20 battles, more half your underdog or even worse. So that's the reason the matchmaking will killing, not because the GREMYASHCHY it's a bad ship, it's not bad ship, I'm just saying it's overpriced ship, which most it's true, guys. All your battles, more 50% of all your battles are underdog, and you're not quite the king of tier 5 or tier 6 destroyer. Tier 4 tier, we still believe that the US line are better gunboats, and this combo with good smoke and good firepower. So overall, guys, I still believe the power creep it's real, and for that reason, guys, it's the same story I very much like to talk about the Giulio Cesare and the tier 6 Italian, where are you, and the Soviets. Alright, but not the destroyers, I'm talking about the battleship. There you have it. So it's same story, guys. Cesare, it's a great ship. I do believe it was on sale. I purchased this ship for 3,700 doubloons, something that ridiculous cheap. It was like 50% off or something. Yes, she was worth the price. Great ship. It's too strong when you're top dog, not so much versus tier 6 or tier 7s, because then you're just a big, large, fat, juicy cruiser in armor versus, you know, anything at tier 6 or tier 7. So yes, it's a great ship, but why pay doubloons when you have this, you know, copy paste at tier 6? And I'm talking about the same ship, the Soviet Cesare. Sure, you will face sometimes tier 8 and then you are kind of screwed. However, this is a reward ship, it's a free ship. So in that regard, guys, once again, Cesare, it's great when you're top dog, kind of a struggle when you're underdog, because you cannot bow tank. You only have to play like a freaking large big cruiser, you know what I mean? Yes, you can do pretty alright versus other cruisers, but versus real battleship, heavy armed battleship, you struggle as all hell, you know what I mean? So yeah, but then I have to talk about Atlanta, guys. Yes, you heard me right, I do not have Atlanta, but I really feel sorry for all of you who have the Atlanta, because I got yesterday my free Flint. What is the tier 7? Yes, the tier 7 Pan Asian Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta has right in the middle a little more firepower. That is true, and you fire much fast of some very strange reason. Maybe it's a balancing factor because they want to say, hey, it's not quite Atlanta copy. And that is true. Atlanta has more guns and way faster reload because of some very strange reason. We're going to decide to give this ship hilarious reload time, 6.5, and that is real darn bad. Atlanta probably has close to double as much firepower and more daka. But guys, you have to probably compare it with Flint, because this is more like a Flint copy instead of Atlanta copy, right? However, you still have, once again, guys, something that Atlanta just can wish to have, and it's of course, I'm talking about the smoke. The smoke, it's pretty fantastic, because remember, guys, and this is something, it's kind of awful, but it's true, you have ridiculous short range, and when you purchase Atlanta for many years ago, you get buff this range with BFT, basic firing training. Not so much today, even though it's a cruiser and it's a small guns, destroy guns, you cannot increase this range, unfortunately. And guys, she squeezed as all hell. I mean, you played a lot of times versus Atlanta, and everyone who's looking her on a wrong way, she just blew up. So staying behind a good looking island or your smoke, that's the way to go, because you're never gonna survive long enough. But of course, the gimmick is, it's definitely a torpedo reload boost AA, and torpedoes are 16,663, and detection it's only 0.7 and 62 knots of speed. and you have a torpedo. So it's kind of dumb to charge Chung Pon in her smoke. And the detection, the bloom in the smoke, it's pretty alright. 5.8 detection by C 9.6. Yeah, it's literally a Flint, but with much worse DPM. But overall, guys, I mean, seriously, why pay a Flint, coal, whatever, and you can get this one for free, literally. So yeah, the power creep, it's real, and you may argue that the Flint, at least they have more Daka, more firepower and better smoke in some regards. Because the same story over here, guys. If you go to equipment, this makes this ship kind of available. Some maps, it's because of this smoke. Smoke screen dispersion time 70 seconds, and reload time it's 110. So 70 seconds plus 30, that's 100, and reload time it's 110. So yeah, you have a lot of short in between smoke, but of course you only have 4, so keep that in mind. You kind of probably need to have superintendent to have more smokes, but seriously, guys, overall I will take her for a spin to in this what do you call it, a rescue raptor. However, the biggest downside is definitely her short range. She's a fun ship to play, very strong. Kind of you probably need to IFA cheat to do significant damage to battleships. You're very strong, of course, versus anything light, like light cruisers or a destroyer. But keep that in mind, you don't have any hydro. And of course, Atlanta, it's even more scary with radar and hydro and good AA. However, I still believe that some maps you cannot play Atlanta because you blew up, and you don't have range to, let's say, disengage or to engage your enemy. So yeah, it's a free Flint, for crying out loud, and what could be wrong? I mean, some of you guys find this very challenging to play, and I don't blame you. It is kind of a challenging. The game evolved, guys. Those ships was crazy overpower, like Bliss, the tier 7 Polish destroyer. You could have like over 3 kilometer invisible fire. There's no such thing as invisible fire anymore. And back then you have bloom in your smoke 2 kilometers. Now it's different story, like this ship as well. I believe it's maybe 5 or something. So yeah, keep that in mind. Let me know in the comment below what you think about those overpriced, yes, you heard me right, the overpriced premium ship like GREMYASHCHY and like Flint. Because now when everybody can get it, there's no point whatsoever to pay coal or other resources to pay a damn Flint. It's kind of obvious that is true, guys. And probably, I'm just saying, probably with this torpedo reload makes you twice to push. Yes, there is a drop of torpedoes, but if you hold your fire and hold your horses, probably it's kind of dumb to just go straight to smoke, because you never know. Don't want to eat too many of those torpedoes. They are very hard hitting torpedoes, and the detection, it's ridiculous low. So you have very little time to react. And 62 knots is not bad. They are not bad torpedo. The only problem, you only have 4 of them, but it's different story at tier 8, 9 and 10, of course. Then your torpedo spammer. Thanks God that you cannot hurt your ally and you cannot hurt other destroyers. You can only do damage to cruisers and battleship, and of course aircraft carrier. But what do I know? I'm just saying, probably this ship is absolutely awesome in another division with other US smoke destroyers or something like that. However, you lack radar and hydro. It is kind of obvious that once you pop the smoke, oh, there's a huge damn cruiser inside. Let's torpedo that smoke, and then you blow up because you don't have close to zero. What do you call it? Torpedo protection, and it's kind of obvious that it's not hard to hit. However, guys, I very much like to say that probably this cruiser can definitely defend herself in AA department. What do we have in AA? 65. What the heck? That's not a whole lot. Fire range 5.8. Continuous damage 208. Alright. Well, 5.8's not great, not bad. It's something in I thought actually that it was more like Atlanta, but probably they nerfed so much at Atlanta, so it's not the Atlanta what it was, 6 years ago when that ship in A department was absolutely ridiculous strong. Probably all those days are gone, guys. So let me know in the comment below what you think about this powercreap, an overpriced premium ship. And yeah, I have no idea what to say there, but yeah, guys, of all battles, I do believe that more than 60% of all players in queue, they are battleships captains, and extremely few percent cruiser, and the rest of destroyers. So 60% battleships stay in queue, as little as sometimes as 10-20% cruisers, and the rest of our destroyer, or sometimes no destroyer whatsoever. But I believe, and this is my honestly opinion, playing light cruiser is challenging because you don't have heal at tier 7, and no heal will help you when you will focus by just one battleship, not two battleship. You just blew up, you know what I mean, and you don't have speed to disengage. So probably this line, I'm talking about this Pan-Asian cruiser line, is for battleship to have some targets. Yes, juicy targets, and yeah, very tasty targets. So guys, thanks guys for watching, and always captains, mercies, and goodbye.